Between games here, we will be interviewing various softball players between games of the doubleheader. And we start out with Cassi Rogers, a newcomer to the North Central softball program. Welcome. You've been practicing. You've been working, since the start of school, I know. How does it feel now to finally get to play some games?
Well, it's exciting because you get to see all the hard work you've put in the whole year pay off. Not just like hitting, fielding, all that. And it's even better to do it with your teammates.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But what do you think is the thing you've improved on the most since you got here in the fall?
Oh, I'm hitting the ball a lot harder than I did definitely in the fall. I think my pitching's gotten a little stronger than it was as well.
Okay. Have you primarily been used as a pitcher so far, or are you playing a position, or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, tell me, I know you've pitched a little bit. How's the outings in the circle gone for you?
The first one was a little rough, but you got to start somewhere. And
Exactly.
then last weekend it was fine. Well, it was pretty good, I would say.
Okay, now here it comes. All right, so how, you don't have to be modest. How well did you pitch over the weekend?
I had some ups and downs. Like, I wish I could go back and maybe, my curveball wasn't as good as I was hoping, but my screwball was fine. So it wasn't too terrible.
Now, is in softball terminology, when you throw a screwball, you're a right-hander, correct? So you throw a screwball, is that moving away to a right-handed hitter? Is it moving toward the right-handed hitter?
Mine comes up and in.
It comes up and into a right-handed hitter. Okay. Yeah. So it is kind of like baseball. Baseball, the screwball always was the opposite of a curveball, or intended to be so. What do you feel is your best pitch?
My curveball, definitely, if it's on. But it's been a little whack recently, but I'm getting better at it. So.
Well, yeah, that's the whole experience thing, right? You've got to get in there. What does your curveball do typically?
It kind of starts right on the edge of the left side of the plate and then breaks more into the river.
Okay. I'm always amazed because it seems like softball pitchers have such a wide array of pitches. Without giving anything away, other than what you already have, how many pitches do you throw?
6.
6. That's amazing. That's amazing. And in this system at North Central, do you call your own pitches? Does your catcher? Is it coming from the bench? How does it work?
Coach Kinley calls them. She does a really good job at it, too.
Does she?
But yeah.
She obviously has had some success as a player. Can you kind of tell that when you're taking the pitch calls from her?
Yeah. You can definitely tell that both coaches have had a lot of experience in softball.
Right.
And they're very knowledgeable.
How about your experience in softball? You had a sensational career at high school. Let's start with that. What was your career like in high school?
Well, freshman year I was backup. Our starting pitcher got hurt in the state semifinal game, and I kind of got thrown into that one.
So as a freshman?
Yeah. So that's really helped me mentally. So like that game was a walk-off grand slam.
Oh, you won it?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you were on the wrong end of that one. Okay.
So that really helped me mentally to where my last 2 years, my junior, senior year, we won state, and I was able to keep my composure through both those games.
Right. Sometimes you have to experience that failure before you can have some success, right?
Most definitely.
Right. Enjoy it a lot? Did you enjoy high school?
Oh, yeah.
For
Ours
athletics?
was fun, yeah.
Yeah. How about other sports? Did you play other sports in high school?
I played basketball, I wrestled, and I ran track.
Okay. The wrestling thing always gets to me. What kind of wrestler were you?
Oh, scrappy probably.
Were you really?
Yeah. I didn't know necessarily a whole bunch of moves, but I always found a way to flip people different ways.
Okay, good. That's something that we all should know about you, is that you like to flip people. So, what made you pick softball as your college sport?
It's just something that has been consistent through my life. I started when competing, travel softball, I started when I was 7.
Wow.
So I've been doing it for a long time, and I enjoy it the most.
Okay. You enjoy softball the most, but what have you learned from playing a variety of sports and now focusing on softball? How do the other sports help?
So wrestling really helped mentally, to the point where I knew I can. So, when you wrestle, your body just feels like it's going to stop, but mentally you have to tell yourself, you can do it.
Right.
And that's helped a lot with softball. Track, probably with stamina at some points. Obviously, I'm not running track right now, so
right.
it's not as good as it usually is, but yeah. And then I mean, basketball's basketball. Everyone knows.
Right, right. I don't mean to throw a fly into the ointment here, but you know those old-time pitchers from the major leagues used to say, "We don't run the ball across the plate. Why do our legs need to be in such great?" Well, I mean, it's obvious to watch when pitchers throw in softball how they drive off the rubber.
Yeah, you really have to use your lower body.
Yeah, yeah. Is that the strongest part of your body? Is it the legs that make you effective?
Most definitely.
Okay. What do you want to do once softball career is over? What do you want to do with the rest of your life?
Well, I plan on becoming a physical therapist, so I'm hoping that stays on track. But
that can be a pretty tough road.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does it require to actually become a physical therapist?
Well, it depends on if you want to be a assistant or like an actual physical therapist, but it's 6 to 8 years usually.
6 to 8 years?
Yeah.
Are you going to be committed to staying in school that long? That sounds like, again, really a long road.
Yeah. I've gotten, like, I could, if I wanted to, probably graduate next year, but I'm not going to. So.
Okay.
I mean, it's just you got to really stay on top of things.
Absolutely. Was that the biggest change coming from high school to college, trying to stay on top of all that's required of you?
Maybe the time management portion.
You know, I've said this so many times. Almost everybody, an athlete that I've interviewed at the college level, says that was the most important thing they had to learn. Mm-hmm. You know, and how has that learning been for you? That learning how to manage your time.
At the start, it was kind of rough because it's like, what do I do with my life? I just sit here and watch TV when really you should be doing your work. But it's getting a little easier, kind of get that routine.
Well, and if you're an athlete, I mean, it's like having some kids have jobs at retail stores or whatever. Your job is to play softball. That's you know, that's so. I think a lot of athletes don't realize that when they start thinking about college. So, what would you say one thing the community of Trenton needs to know about you that they don't know about you right now?
I don't know. I guess I have more of a fun side than some people might think, because when they see me on the field, I get told that I look really mean.
Really mean?
Yeah, but I'm not.
No, I know you're not. How about your family? Would you tell us a little bit about them, please?
So I have mom and dad, Bill and Cindy Rogers, and then I have a little brother. He's about to be 15 in July. He's something else. Love him. But he plays baseball. He could probably come play college.
Yeah, I was going to say he's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got a long season in front of us, and I think you're going to have a great season. You have already started in that direction.
Yep.
And thank you for visiting with us here.
Yep. Thank you.
Our second game is coming up in just a few moments. You can just stay right here. Don't have to click. Don't have to do anything. We'll be back with the first pitch of that game in just a few minutes.